This is the Draft Guys podcast with Peyton and Niko coming at you live with the Washington Commanders. 3-round mock draft. A lot of our fan base is from here, so we're going to take our time with this one. And we're looking at the free agents. The Commanders did a lot this free agency. Pete, what stands out to you?
Yeah, a lot of boxes that needed to be checked, especially on that defensive side of the ball. Odafe Oweh was a really great signing. It's a lot of money for a pass rusher that hasn't really hit the ceiling he was expected to. This is a system where he's going to be the guy off the edge, and he has to, take that step, and they're going to expect him to do that. I think in that situation, he's going to be able to. Extending Laramie Tussle was something that needed to be done. You have to have that protector on the left side for Jaden Daniels. And other than that, they kind of just checked a lot of boxes on the defensive side of the ball, and they needed to. I think almost every player on that defense could be upgraded from. And I don't know if they got slam dunk upgrades at every position, but they absolutely got more guys that are going to be able to play competent defense. And with that being said, you find your real upgrades in the draft. And so I'm hoping that today's draft we can be able to do that.
Yeah, we're definitely going to do that. Really like the Jake Conquo move. Really like Caleb Von Chason. Jerome Ford's going to be a really good move as well. Yeah, I really like them re-signing Treylon Burks. I'm really high on him and what he can do. At the same time, though, they're going to be looking for a wide receiver number 2 in this draft, just to see what they can get. And we'll start here. They have the 7th overall pick. So let's see what the board gives us. Okay.
Mm.
All right. Caleb Downs is on the board. Francis Mauigoa is on the board. And Jeremiah Love is on the board. Mansour Delane also. Jamal McCoy, Keldrick Folk, and Sadiq. Okay. This is a tough one. We see how the board has shaken out. They technically really do need a running back, but safety is probably one of their number one priorities. Pete, are you leaning towards one here?
Yeah, this is tough because Jeremiah Love is the second best player in the class, and I think there is a gap between him and Caleb Downs, who I have at 3. Full transparency, I think Caleb Downs is probably the biggest floor raiser out of anybody you can get on that defensive side of the ball, and that was really a huge struggle last year. The defense was really bad, and absolutely at that safety position, they need to upgrade. Jeremiah Love is the best player available, and thinking about having him and Terry McLaurin and a healthy, hopefully, Jaden Daniels as your trio in the backside of that offense is pretty special. So I'm absolutely only choosing between those two players. Those are my 2 and 3 ranked players, and then there's a big gap between probably Maui Noah, in the mid-teens. So I'm deciding between those two. Do you have any other thoughts?
No, I agree with you. I'm leaning Jeremiah Love. He's my number 1 player in this entire class. And if he's at 7 and you don't got to trade up to go get him, I think it's a no-brainer. They struggled with that running back room. They had no explosiveness. And part of Jaden Daniels' game is being able to kind of run off the RPO and run off the play action. And you can't do that when you have a 7th-round running back as your starter and
Yeah.
guys that are not that great. They did sign Rashad White, but I don't think that's going to be enough. He would be a great number 2 behind Jeremiah Love. We can get him in. But ultimately, Pete, what do you think?
Let's do it. Love it.
Awesome. Jeremiah Love's going to go here at this pick. The Commanders only have 2 picks in this 3-round mock. So we're going to wait a little bit till number 71. First thing that jumps off, I think they need a middle linebacker. I really do. I think that after Bobby Wagner is still unsigned, maybe you can go back to the well later, but we'll have to see what the board tells us. Okay, so looking off needs, you don't need running back anymore. Wide receivers, same type of guys here. Like, I don't know if you go wide receiver here. I don't think you're going tight end. You don't need offensive line in this spot for this value. That's a tackle, probably not.
This is
Edge is always a possibility. Are you seeing anything right now?
Oh, Golday's there. I was
Gold Day
I
is
was
there.
waiting. I was like, man, there's got to be something good here. This looks terrible. Golday being there is the only player I see like actually impacting this team immediately that is draftable in this spot. Malik Muhammad would be the other one. Um, I like some of those edge rushers. I just don't. Those first 2 guys on the list are just not every down players. Those are third down NASCAR package guys, and those guys you're not. You would draft that in that range if you had a better defense. But when you have the ability to take Golday, who is a every down green dot linebacker for you who will be an impact player immediately for his and for the rest of his rookie contract, you take that, especially at 71. I mean, that's a no-brainer. I think that's, you run this pick in if he's there.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to agree with you there. There's no doubt about it. Jake Golden, my number 56 rated player on my big board. He's gonna come in at that linebacker 7 or 8 range, but at the same time, you're picking at number 71 here. We're gonna put that pick in because that is a great pick. That's gonna finish off this 3 round mock for this Commanders team. And Pete, you see Jeremiah Love, you see Jake Golden. Tell the Commanders fans what they need to be excited about.
Yeah, this is just an immediate impact player on both sides of the ball. I mean, both of these guys will impact the game at a high level. Jeremiah Love, you said it with that RPO. I cannot imagine trying to tackle Jeremiah Love and Jaden Daniels coming out of the backfield. That's just absolutely disgusting. So you get some more help for your young quarterback that needs some help. We saw that pretty clear last year. He doesn't have a lot of a support staff. And you get him a great weapon, but also the best weapon for a young quarterback is a good defense, and Jake Goldek can absolutely help you do that.
We love to see it. Thank you guys for tuning in to the Draft Guys podcast and stay tuned for more videos like this one.